Before we dive into a story that could change the way you look at old coins forever, take a second to subscribe to the channel. If you've ever held on to something for years just in case it might be worth something, this video is for you. Now, imagine this. You're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe in the back of a cupboard that hasn't been opened in years. Among the receipts, rubber bands, and random bits and bobs, you find a coin. It's not gold. It's not big. It doesn't shine like something fancy from a collector's shop. But there it is, a humble South African 20-cent coin, dated 1996, that you flip it between your fingers. Feels ordinary. Looks plain. But what if I told you that this exact coin, this small piece of metal from almost 30 years ago, is turning heads in the collector's world? That this coin, which most people overlook or toss into a jar, is rumored to have sold for a price that sounds more like a fantasy than a fact. Now, if you're thinking, what makes a coin from 1996 so special? You're not alone. Most coins from that time are still floating around, used for everyday things, forgotten in glove compartments or pockets of old coats. But there's something different about this one. And it's not just about age. Let's step back in time for a moment. South Africa in 1996 was going through a powerful transformation. Just a couple of years after the end of apartheid, the country was finding its voice. The world was watching. Mandela was president. Hope was in the air. The coinage of the time, though seemingly routine, was part of that new identity, a small but important piece of the country's daily life and national symbolism. This 20-cent piece features the beautiful strelitzia, or bird of paradise flower, a symbol of beauty, pride, and growth. The design is elegant but subtle. On the reverse, the coat of arms, representing unity and tradition. But this isn't just about what's printed on the surface. It's what lies behind it. You see, there were certain 1,996 coins minted in such small quantities, or with slight differences, known as mint errors, that collectors now hunt them like buried treasure. Some might have had a slightly off-center strike. Others may have come from a batch that used an incorrect die. There are even whispers of a rare variant with a detail so small, only the trained eye can spot it. These are not just coins. These are one-in-a-million finds. Now, for men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, you remember a time when coins mattered. When a single piece could buy you something decent, not just clutter up your wallet. You remember the days when things were built to last. Well, this coin is lasting far beyond what anyone expected. And it's not just surviving, it's thriving in value. The collector world is not what it used to be. Today, prices are soaring for rare items, especially those tied to history, heritage, and change. And this coin, sitting quietly in someone's drawer for decades, has exploded in value. But not just by a little. Oh, how much are we really talking? Let's paint the picture. Imagine someone walking into a coin auction with that unassuming 1996 20-cent piece in their pocket. It doesn't sparkle. It doesn't come with fanfare. But when it hits the spotlight, experienced collectors lean forward. Phones come out. Conversations pause. Bidding begins. One collector raises his paddle. Then another. The price climbs. Hundreds turn to thousands. Whispers start. Is this the one? They ask. Is this the ultra-rare strike? By the time the bidding ends, jaws drop. Because the final bid wasn't a few hundred. It wasn't a few thousand. Not even six figures. That 20-cent coin, that small, easy-to-miss piece of 1996, was sold, or at least valued, at a staggering $7 million US. You heard that right, $7 million. A coin most people wouldn't bend down to pick up off the street. Now, before you go digging through your sock drawer or calling up your cousin who used to collect coins, remember this. Not every 1996 20-cent coin is worth a fortune. But some just might be. And here's the thing. The market for rare coins is growing fast. More and more collectors are turning their eyes to overlooked currencies, transitional years, and minting oddities. They're not just buying coins, they're buying pieces of history. So maybe, just maybe, the change rattling around in your old toolbox isn't just junk. Maybe it's a lottery ticket made of metal. And maybe, if you look closely enough, you'll see something that others missed. A symbol of a time that changed a nation. A reminder of a moment in history that can't be repeated. A collector's dream disguised as everyday currency. So before you dismiss that old coin again, take a second look. Turn it over. Check the year. Check the details. Because history doesn't always come in gold bars or grand paintings. Sometimes it comes in 20 cents. And if you've got a 1996 South African 20-cent coin lying around, especially one that looks a little different, maybe a misprint, maybe a strange edge, maybe just a feeling in your gut, get it checked.